Things that I've seen rich people do that poor people don't do. Rich people waste food. They waste food like a mother effer. They waste food. They don't take home doggy bags. They don't worry about it if like you don't finish all your food. They're not trying to keep it. In fact, most of the times, if they think something looks bad or whatever, they'll just throw it away. They're never going to ask for a refund. They're not going back into the store to go get a refund. They don't care about food the way poor people do. The other thing that I noticed they do is they have a to-do list. They always have an agenda. They have an itemized agenda of things that they need to accomplish for the day. Poor people don't make lists the way that they do. Poor people usually just go about their day and they don't really have a full-blown agenda. Another thing I see rich people do is they don't waste their time with menial tasks or trivial things. Like they're not going to take out trash. They're not going to clean and cook and do all that stuff. They hire people for that. And most of the times, even if they do enjoy cooking, it'll be because they are entertaining guests or they're doing something where they're having people over and they want to show that they do have the skills to do certain things. But most of the time, they have help. They hire help and they're not afraid of hiring help because they realize it'll free up their time to do other things. This one's really important that I see rich people do. They don't try to make money on projects that take labor and is labor intensive, meaning they're not going to use their physical body to have to be somewhere to do something. They try to make money in their sleep. When they go to bed at night, they want money to be being made. So they're not looking for careers where it requires them to be somewhere physically doing the job. Does that make sense? Another thing poor people do that I notice rich people don't is poor people worry about materialism too much. Poor people really focus on like keeping things, having things. I could tell a poor person really fast by the way they act about items. So rich people, I know this is going to sound funny, they don't focus on the material as much as we think. Real rich people, like if you come into their house and you're wearing shoes, they might be like, okay, well, I mean, you scuffed it, but I can get new floors. It's okay. Like it's not a big deal. Whereas poor people they'll fawn over their items. They'll like, oh, don't touch that. That's this. And like, it's just really hard for them to not worry about their materialism. Even their clothes, their shoes. I know rich people that you walk into their house, they have walk-in closets, they have hundreds and hundreds of shoes, and you could be looking at something like, that's really, really pretty. I wish I could afford that. And they'll be like, take it. Take it. It's fine. You can have it. Here's a bag. In fact, they'll even give you a bag and be like, here. They're very generous in the sense that they don't want all this. They don't need it. And they even if they give stuff away, they're not worried about it because they know they're going to get more. Does that make sense? Like their mindset is not of lacking. It's of I have, so I can give. That's one of the biggest takeaway I've noticed being around rich versus poor is rich people do not sweat the material. That's why when I was dating, when I was in my youth and I'd be around guys that were very cheap, I was like, they're not going to get far in life and they're certainly not going to get there because their mindset is of lack, that they don't have it to give away. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm not trying to like sound materialistic here at all. I'm really not. You see, I don't wear jewelry in my videos. I don't flaunt anything. I don't care. But I'm telling you guys this because it's a real indicator. If you're a young person out there and you want to know who's really rich versus poor, some of these are good indicators. If you want videos like this, stay tuned.